Alright guys, this is the Alpha Strike, part 3 of the Uncanny X-Men review. We're on to the good stuff, the rares.
The rares in the set were absolutely amazing. So I'm going to lead us off into the rare Cyclops. I was way excited to see the sculpt because he's got his new post Avengers vs. X-Men with the X on the face. It's just, I was so excited to see it, and I was a little bit disappointed he doesn't start off with his, super amazing, awesome power, but, it is what it is. So we've got 85 points. Again, another really odd figure total running into our rares. X-Men team ability, running shot, 9 movement, 11 attack, psychic blast, 8 range. The biggest range we've seen in the set so far. It starts with a damage power. He can use leadership when he doesn't succeed. He may instead remove an action token from any other friendly character within range that shares a keyword. Keyword, X-Men. That's it.
That's it.
That is it. Late dial, he gets full blast. He can use Pensai with the shoot through walls and destroy them. So he kind of salutes to the old AVX Cyclops, but that outfit and that paint job, I love it. Absolutely love it.
Alright, you talk a big game with your 8 range over there. Have you met Professor X, the guy who trained this guy?
Yeah.
10 range, man, with willpower and mind control. Oh, and a trait that gives him a super duper outwit. So basically it's outwit, if you want, normally 10 squares range. Doesn't see through anything, so you have to have clear line of fire. Not too difficult on some maps, but it's there. The one he does get that's really awesome is his mental lock token. So it's this little guy right here. You basically give him a power action. Choose a figure within his range and not line of fire. Doesn't need line of fire. Put it on them and outwit one of their powers. The outwit does not go away at the end of turn or beginning of next turn. It stays there until the figure leaves the 10 square radius, or at the beginning of each of your turns, each roll 2d6.
You have to stay within the 10?
Yeah. So if they leave it, it comes off.
Okay.
So, good tip to think about. If you're in that outwit range, just back up. Not that hard to do. He doesn't knock you down too hard. But at the beginning of each turn, for the owner of Professor X, you have to roll 2d6 that cannot be re-rolled. If you lose the roll, it comes off. If you win, it stays on.
Now, if you want to see that in action, check our Battle Box video with the Uncanny unboxing, where I run a Juggernaut against his Xavier, and he was just outwit locking me all day long.
Last thing about him, he has X-Men and Shi'ar keywords. And, Shi'ar, which we didn't see, since what?
Wolverine the
X-Men? Yeah, so it's coming back. He has another damage power. The other late half of his dial gives him and adjacent characters with the X-Men keyword shape change. And if any of them succeed when using it, no further character with this keyword can be targeted this turn.
Oh, so one succeeds, they all succeed.
Yeah.
Oh,
You just shot their whole turn. That's pretty freaking good.
Yeah, go ahead. Hit my Xavier. See what happens.
See what happens.
All right. Moving on to Angel. Time locked. First thing off the bat. Cannot be probbed. 75 points. X-Men team ability. Movement power. 12 movement. He can use charge. When he does, after action is resolved, he can sidestep as a free action and automatically breaks away when doing so. So the only thing slowing me down is plasticity at this point, but I had 6 charge, back away 2. Leading with Quake, so I can knock you back some more. We've seen a lot of Force Blast and knockback abilities. Defensive power, he starts with Energy, Shield Deflection, and Super Senses. Printed 17 top dials, so after I sidestep away, you gotta shoot me at a 19, and I Super Sense too, so can't prob me, barely hit me. Picks up M-Power later in his dial, as well as Willpower. So a lot of power there. And of course, he flies. That's all you do.
Them wings are meant for something. Alright, next up we have Iceman, also of the time-locked variety. This guy's got a really cool trait. So what he does is he has a thing called Frozen in Place. It gives him Barrier. He can also use Barrier as a free action to place 2 barrier tokens down.
Now that's cool.
So since we're losing the wall here soon, he just gives us more walls, but they're special walls because they have to break away from them.
Oh, you get Force Blast back into one of those and then you're stuck there.
Yeah, it's like a sticky wall. Boop.
It's more like they stuck their tongue out and got stuck to it in freezing cold of winter.
Oh. That's something Toad would totally do just because.
Anyways,
that is really, really awesome. I think that's great. Only opposing characters break away, so your friendly ones are fine. They're immune to his ice. And then I think that's it. Oh, he has toughness and gives additional friendly characters toughness.
Does he also have rebuild the ice with the regen? Back to birth?
No.
No?
That's the
that's rare. The other one, the super rare.
Yep.
Get my rares crossed.
No worries. That's a pretty good Iceman. I like him a lot for 100 points.
100 points.
Yeah.
I was super, super excited for this X-23. Like you wouldn't believe. I had to have one. 100 points. X-Men team ability. Healing factor. When she clears action tokens, she heals a click. Charge flurry. Movement power starting. 10 movement. 11 attack. She can use Blade's Claws when she does. If the result was 1 or 2, once per turn, you can re-roll that. So, I rolled a 1. Well, let's see that. Hey, look, I got a 6. Enjoy your 6 damage with my flurry, 11 attack. 17 defense, willpower, or Indom. So, rocking that Indom. Healing. Let's see, she's got... she picks up Super Senses later, gets Exploit Weakness, and believe it or not, Perplex. Right in the middle of her dial. I mean, who would have thought? She is just amazing. All new X-Men, Circle of 4, Weapon X, X-Force, X-Men, all the best keywords in all the right places. 100 points, I give her total 5 stars all the way.
Total 5 stars.
I played 2 of her on a team, 3 of her on a team. Well, not quite, it's 300 points. I don't know that I'd survive through that, but it would be fun.
So much charged blades all day long. Alright. Next up, I have Sabertooth. This is the Avengers Unity Division one. He actually has Animal, Avengers, and X-Men. I love it. Plus, he has the team abilities. So he's, taking move actions that don't count against your totals. And he can heal with the X-Men team ability. As a free action. That's his trait. That's really awesome. He also has a really long dial. For 100 points, he has got... I believe 8 clicks of life. He never drops below 10 attack ever. So, 2nd clicks, 12 attack, blades, 3 damage, with a special power. Track down the gene trash. Give him a free action if he's within 3 squares of an opposing character. If you do, he and adjacent friendly characters can use sidestep this turn. So he brings your whole team up to somebody.
With just sidestep 2 squares. Or they could run away.
Your choice. Whatever you do at that point in time. Aside from that, he has the trait called Inverted Unleashed. So once per game, if he's about to KO a character, you can actually choose to not KO it, put on its last non-KO click, and heal him of 2 damage. And he has regen on his last 2 clicks, too.
That just begs for that common Wolverine with a 13 attack and Flurry and Blade's Claws.
Don't do it on Wolverine. The common Wolverine especially, just don't do it. Both of them. They're both pretty bad at the last click. Don't. Let him kill Wolverine. It's his brother. He deserves to kill him. I love the Sabertooth. I think he's great in every way.
All right. And we're on to the rare Juggernaut in the silver. Brute Excalibur X-Men. So this is good guy form. We're back to the helmet. Begins the game with helmet attached. As long as it's attached, you can use willpower. Can't be targeted by mind control, outwit, or pensai. Now, when he takes 2 or more damage and the helmet is attached, the opponent places the helmet up to 6 squares away. When Juggernaut moves to a square containing the helmet, attach it to him. So, you knock my helmet off, I'm going to go get it back. Starts with charge and the carry ability. Ignores hindering and breaks through blocking. Goes to sidestep. Super strength on his 2nd click going in. Invincible, impervious, and vulnerability through the rest of his dial. And picks up Empower mid-dial to help out those that are standing around him. And then X-Men team ability for 120 points. So really, all-round solid Juggernaut. I personally like the uncommon one better. But this one did not fail me in our Battle Box video.
Yeah, he's really, really good. Alright, moving right along. We got the X-Men version of Magneto with his Clicks FX base, of course. So this one's really great. He's 90 points, so 40 more points to the other one, but this is the X-Men one where he's the good guy Magneto, or, well, with Cyclops anyways. I think they're good guys. But he has a really cool trait called Magnetic Shield for my allies. Basically, a power action. Choose a character. Let's see, anywhere on the map. Looks like, yeah, and just give them this, which gives them energy shield deflection.
Sure, it's not line of fire.
No, it just says good power action to attach the Magnetic Shield to another friendly character.
Wow. Just anywhere on the map. You're across the board. Magnetic shield.
And then it says, when that character takes damage from a range attack or Magneto's KO'd, remove the shield marker. So if they ever take damage from range attack, they still lose the shield. So it basically breaks it. Which I think
Makes sense.
I think it should nullify damage too, for once.
It's a magnetic shield.
Yeah, but it should absorb the attack. Whatever.
No.
Anyways, he gives you 10 speed, flight with 11 attack, telekinesis, 17 defense power that has energy deflection and toughness. There's the toughness I was looking for earlier. And yeah, he gives enhancement 4 damage. Printed 4 on an 80-point figure.
No.
That's awesome. That's great. Goes down the dial here, gets Force Blast, loses that running shot, top dial, kind of whatever. Gains willpower and precision strike late dial. Not a bad, support / primary secondary attacker. He fills a lot of roles.
There's a lot of TK in there too.
Yeah.
Throw people in
All
battle, get
day.
an energy shield. Definitely worth those points. On to the Brood Queen. So traded Brood Implantation. When opposing character takes damage from Brood Queen's close attack, give that character an infected token. Characters with one or more infected tokens modify their attack and defense values by -1. When a character with an infected token is KO'd, place a Uncanny X-Men number 27 Brood on click 3 in that square. So I killed you and you hatched. Yeah, really needing some alien assist here. The Brood Egg, she begins the game with the Brood Egg attached. Give her power action and place an attached Brood Egg adjacent. So she leads with poison, flight, sidestep, leadership, toughness, and then of course she goes to Blade's Claws, combat reflexes, and exploit weakness later. The egg itself is a 00140 tiny size with a trait that says at the beginning of your turn, reattach it to Brood Queen and place a number 27 Brood on its third number 3 click in the square this occupied. If the Brood Queen is KO'd, instead remove it from the map and place a Brood on its third click in the square this occupied. So if it didn't hatch before she leaves the board, it's coming in afterward, and she just kind of spits out those Broods all day long on their third click, which is, I think, pretty nasty. So
Yeah, it has just the charged blades, no flight or anything, but...
And it is tiny size, so it's not really going to tie you up too much, dropping those out next to people, but definitely could tie you up with that Brood it brings in afterward.
Alright, moving on to Omega Red. This guy with the big old coil coming out of his hand there. So these are deadly coils. This makes him have Giant Reach 3, and whenever he hits with a close attack, he may place the hit character adjacent. So, say he goes down to reach a guy, grabs him, you can throw him behind him to, poison next turn, and hopefully have your other teammates go and attack him as well. Finish him off. He does start off on his third click because he's a kind of a vampire dial. Has 8 charge, 11 attack, poison, 17 toughness with exploit weakness. So he's getting through all them damage reducers. Let's see here. Other trait, Energy Vampire. Of course, just tells you about his vampire dial there. Nothing else on the card. There's special powers. Pretty solid stats. Does KO on click 9 there. So it's got 6 to life for 90 points. It's not too bad. I wish he had more keywords, but Weapon X is appropriate. At least he has a keyword. That's all I can say about this guy.
Just some things to think about. Quake with that steel energy could bring him right up the top, and Giant Reach 3 squares away, dropping you next to me. Not to mention I hit you with exploit beforehand, so now I'm up a vampire click. So, a lot of potential there. Moving on to Sunfire, just X-Men keyword, running shot, pulse wave, energy shield deflection with flight. His trait, all new, all different X-Men. He also can do the Solar Flare Nick of Time for an additional 5 points, where you can change him out for the Prime, which we unfortunately do not have. And yeah, that's pretty much what you see is what you get. He gets Sidestep and Poison later in his dial. 50 points, pretty straightforward dial.
Pulse Wave.
50-point running shot, Pulse Wave to start with 3 damage and 6 range. Could be pretty hefty, especially with that call-in, not really call-in, the substitution for his prime after he dies. So, or before he dies, if he would be KO'd.
Yep.
So,
and I hear the prime is really good. Can't review him here, but that's okay. We'll move right along to the next one.
Sorry about that, guys. We just couldn't get our hands on one.
Nope. So we have Nightcrawler with his little BAMF token. Poof!
BAMF.
Smells like brimstone. Alright.
Oh, Pete Holmes, you have enriched my life so much with the X-Men.
The X-Men.
Check it out. It's awesome.
Alright, so he just has martial artist, pirate, because, pirate, and X-Men keywords. He has the one trait, just the BAMF. Basically, he can use phasing teleport and the carry ability. When Nightcrawler uses phasing teleport, after actions resolved, place the BAMF marker in the square he began his movement in, removing it from anywhere else. When Nightcrawler is missed by an attack, after actions resolved, you may place him into or adjacent his BAMF marker square. So he starts off with a 12 stealth, so that's a very fast move, that's 10 speed while carrying, and you put him in hindrance as stealth, 11 attack blades, 18 with super senses, and 2 damage. So that blades is really good. He's going to hit you, and hit you pretty hard if he gets a good number. And there is a ruling on super senses, by the way, I found out about. If they hit you and you roll super senses, it counts as a miss.
No.
Yeah. For reals.
Interesting. But we do need to stay on point. We may cover that in another video.
But that means you can BAMF away if you want to. It is a may. You never have to.
Alright, on to the Rare Storm. So another one of these figures with these awesome, and I say awesome with emphasis, Clicks FX bases. I enjoy these very much. I was looking forward to seeing these, and they came out awesome. So props to you as kids. Trait of Winds to Hold You, villain. When Storm targets and hits one or more opposing characters, after action is resolved, you may attach the Cyclone marker to one hit target, removing it from anywhere else. While the Cyclone marker is attached, that character must break away on any action in which it moves. Can't automatically break away, and is dealt 1 damage at the end of its turn. When that character successfully breaks away, remove the token. So you are stuck in the Stormnado while it's just chewing you up. Then she also starts with running shot with 9 movement, 6 range, 2 bolts, flight, 11 attack, and energy explosion. And if both Storm and all targets of her ranged attack are outdoors, she can precision strike. Now, I like to see this on the freaking lightning bolts that, lightning may never strike twice in the same place, but she's at least going to get you.
Yeah, for sure.
Speed of light. And then she starts with leadership with 90 points. I think this is an extremely acceptable Storm. Usually I've seen them, they hit too low or they hit too high. They don't get her power set right. Overall, I was really quite pleased with this. Again, wish there was a little smoke cloud in there, but that's what we got the other one for. This is more your assault Storm with Force Blast and Energy Explosion and all the good stuff. Willpower in there later dial, keep her going, and the X-Men team abilities. So definitely looking forward to seeing her. Love the silver costume.
Alright, next we have Vertigo. Now, I only know Vertigo from the Deadpool video game. I thought she was kind of a weird villain in that, so I don't know a whole lot about her. But hey, she's a Marauder. She's got that Mutant Massacre trait, and she's got a really interesting Incapacitate. The problem is she only has 4 range, so she's got to really get in there. Sidestep with the Incapacitate. How it works is she can use Incapacitate. When she does, after actions resolve, either modify each hit character's defense by -1 until your next turn, or a single hit character's defense by -2. So she can move those defenses down. Hopefully for your other Marauders to hit them hard, KO them, and get the party started with the Massacre trait.
So you get Blockbuster, cracks them with an object, reduces their defense. Vertigo makes them, drop dead drunk sick, reducing their defense some more. And then somebody kills one, so everybody's happy and gets bonuses. and it just gets ugly from
It just goes and goes and goes. It's pretty epic. Other than that, I mean, she gets prob late dial, but she's okay for 55 points, I guess.
I was excited to see her clicked again from the old REV Vertigo. I don't think we've seen one of her since then. So moving on to Mystique. Now this Mystique, we're definitely looking to see her in the meta play, and there's a lot of reasons why. Starting off, Brotherhood of Mutants, Freedom Force, Marauders, and Spy. Even though she is a Marauder, she does not have the Mutant Massacre trait, but she does get that Freedom Force trait where move action, Force Blast is free action. Her big trait being Shapeshifter. She can shape change, and she begins the game with a Shapeshift token on her character card. While she has this token, she can ignore character bases, and opposing characters can only target her if they begin the turn adjacent to her. We've seen this before with the previous Lex Luthor in the Trinity War. I believe it was Trinity. No, yeah, Trinity War. And then when Mystique's targets an opposing character with an attack, remove all Shapeshift tokens. So just like Lex from before. When she succeeds with Shape Change, she doesn't have a Shapeshift token. Place one on her card. So a lot easier to get that token back. Go ahead, shoot me. Oh, look, I am shape changed out of it. Now I'm back to you can't target me. So really looking at what she has to offer: 4 range, sidestep, precision strike, leadership, 60 points, willpower, moving around, pushing people around with that Force Blast for free, can't target me back, getting you into position where I need you, and just overall letting everybody else do the work while she does what she does best, pretending to be somebody else.
And force blasting without counting against your actions too. Brotherhood of Mutants team ability. Such good stuff right now. Alright.
Last up,
we have the Crimson Commando. He is also Freedom Force with Mystique there.
And I actually think he's older than Nick Fury.
and he's a soldier as well, so there's that. He also has Brotherhood of Mutants team ability, so, not counting your actions is always good. Stealth, combat reflexes, and a special damage power called Take Them Down. He can use Close Combat Expert and Leadership. When he uses Leadership and succeeds, other friendly characters that share a cure with him can use Sidestep this turn.
So what are those keywords again?
Freedom Force and Soldier.
Nice.
So all your Freedom Forces just keep creeping up or moving out of the way. Mystique can get away from people during his action.
If she hasn't used her own Sidestep yet.
Yeah, so it's almost like well, that's true. But still pretty cool. Helps with the Freedom Force movers just move around. And then he has Prop Control in the dial. For 50 points Indom, that's not pretty, bad. And then Prob mid dial there, and regen just comes back. I don't know a lot about him. He seems pretty cool. Play him the right way, he could be alright, but
I almost ran him in a sealed event, but I went for characters I knew a little bit better. I realized that he has some qualities to him, but just was not what I was looking for that game. So,
yeah.
Hopefully somebody out there will play him, make him awesome, and make us all love him. Well, that wraps us up for the rares of the Uncanny X-Men. As always, please like, subscribe, watch, love us, comment. We'd love to hear from you guys. So until next time, remember, strike first.
And strike hard.